What's up guys, I'm Garrett and today I'm going to talk about how I lost 20 kilos in about 6 months. You're probably wondering, how am I qualified for this? It's because I literally lost 20 kilos in 6 months, and how I did it was through these tactics that I'm going to share with you. This video is because I've had lots of people asking how I did it, so let's jump right into it. And I'm going to tell you how I did it from the beginning to now. So the first thing that I did was create a journal about weight loss. That was my one goal. So I created a specific journal for weight loss. I can measure my weight loss through photos. I used my camera to take photos. I measured my weight loss, so every day I would weigh myself and I would put it into the journal. So that's the first tip that I have for you guys, create a journal. So the second tip that I have for you guys is to get a gym membership. Obviously, you're gonna wanna use the treadmill because it's more controlled than using walking on the streets. Yes, you can use walking, but I tried it. And at the beginning, I lost a little bit of weight, but it just doesn't have the same impact as using a proper treadmill or using like a proper machine to do an hour of exercise, because you can up the pace and you can keep the pace with these sorts of machines, right? So using proper machinery to lose weight, it was more effective for me than being on the road or being on the streets walking. You want to challenge yourself, so each week you want to increase your speed. So you want to measure, what speed was I at this week, how could I increase? So what I did was, when I was on the treadmill, I would do an hour and I would basically start with like 6 and put on full incline. So you put on full incline and then every 10 minutes I increased it by 2. So you would go from 6 to 6.2 to 6.4. I'm talking about the speed. And then basically you would go from 6 to 7. And then basically you just challenge yourself, okay, next week I'm going to go from 6, then start at 6.2, and you won't tell that much of a difference, but you will burn more calories doing so. And that way you're building endurance. Another thing that I did was I switched it up, so I would maybe do like an hour of the treadmill, and then I would be like, I feel like I could do a little bit more, so I would do like another half an hour of the cycle, or I would go for like a walk. Make sure that it's in your daily plan to do like half an hour of exercise every single day, and make sure that it's got some intensity to it. That way you're challenging yourself and you're growing. The third tip is get a personal trainer. So if you get a personal trainer, they will set a program for you and they will help you along the journey. Because I went into a gym and I was like, I don't know how to use this machinery, and all I know is to use the treadmill. Whereas a personal trainer actually helped me use the machinery and he guided me and he created a program for me. So that's why you would want a personal trainer. And also the good thing about having a personal trainer is there's a person to always ask questions to. That person will always be there for you to be able to help. So the next tip that I have for you guys is to look at your diet. So obviously you want to look at different food groups. So you got your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. You want to sort of take away carbohydrates and you want to have more proteins and fats. So instead of cereal for breakfast and instead of like bread, I'll take all that stuff out, take away the bread, don't eat bread, and even look at stuff like milk, like full cream milk versus skim milk versus almond milk. And then you can make yourself like a protein shake with almond milk instead of full cream milk. You can have coffee for breakfast. And then for lunch, you could figure out this whole diet, and there's heaps of resources out there to figure out the diet. Just making sure that you're eating less carbs and less like fats and sweets, and having like more proteins and healthy fats. So what worked for me was not counting calories so much. It was more just figuring out food groups, and I taught myself how to cook. And it's just amazing what you can create using just some eggs and some basic cooking knowledge. You can make yourself a salad, chicken salads and stuff like that. You don't have to go crazy over the top with things. You can just eat like a normal human being, just know your food groups and educate yourself on that, and it'll pretty much take you a long way. Like 90% of it is going to be your diet. So the next thing that I did was intermittent fasting. Yeah, it was 12 to 7 every single day for like a couple of months, and I tell you what, the weight just dropped off. So the way I stopped myself from eating in the morning was I drank coffee, and coffee is a food, like a hunger suppressant. So basically, yeah, I had like a piccolo latte in the morning, and then that carried me on till 12. I did some exercise in the morning, and basically like your body will adjust to it. At first you'll feel like absolute crap, and then eventually your body will just adjust to it. Yeah, so I recommend intermittent fasting, or just like making sure that you start at a certain time and finish at a certain time. Like I don't eat past 8 p.m. every single day. Intermittent fasting, give it a go. So yeah, those are the things that I did to help lose 20 kilos. It's literally it. Like it's not crazy complicated how you can lose a lot of weight in such a short amount of time. If it's your goal, if that's what you want to do, then you just figure out, okay, how can I do this? And I've just literally laid out the foundations. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was super useful for you and you learned a little bit about how to lose 20 kilos in 6 months. It took a lot of hard work and dedication, and I hope that this video helped guide you in the right direction. So have a good one. Best of luck for your weight loss journey, and have a good one.